You stupid. But all right, so Cleo was last year,
Yeah,
right? You dropped Cleo what month last year?
August.
August, right? Now in between that time, so it was 3-year gap between November 3rd and Cleo. How long did it take for you to complete Cleo?
It took me about a year.
Okay.
Off and on. Like I went out with my boys, Hamstank again. We went out to Vermont for a little bit to like just so I could write or get some ideas out, and do like a
You
demo.
on real autistic shit. We just gonna go Vermont, nigga, and just vibe out. Like,
That was it. We didn't have no phones, no nothing. We got snowed
nigga, we
in.
in the mountains, nigga. Fuck it. Like, you know
Dead
what I'm
ass.
saying? Like, that's some real artsy shit, nigga.
Yo.
I've never thought to just go to Vermont and think, nigga. Like,
Yo, he got the spot. He likes something. He don't get no cell phone reception. We got snowed in, bro. Like we couldn't even get out of the hill. Like his car, it was like basically one wheel drive because he couldn't get up the little hill where these people live.
Oh my God.
It was like a barn. We were staying at a little barn kind of thing. His little spot. Couldn't even get out, bro. It was like mad snow. It was crazy. It was crazy, but it was a good time. We had a good time. We recorded some shit, and I got some ideas down, and then I applied for this grant. I got this grant the following year. So this was at the end of the year, like November, December, something like that. And then I got the grant. Yep. And then I asked Archetype if he could do the album with me and for me, and he signed on to it. So the rest was history. Because as soon as Art get involved, it's a wrap. Yeah.
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 Oh my God. So what was that experience like working with Art?
Man, he's that guy, man. He's just very he's just good at everything.
Yeah.
He's just good at everything, and he imposes nothing. Like he don't impose on your process. He just lets you have your process. And if you ask him to say, you say, yo, I want something to sound like I want it to sound like, you know what I'm saying, like a lavender incense burning on Costa Rica, like in the jungle. He's like, oh, I got something for that.
Nigga's like, oh, you know what? I know exactly what that.
I know exactly
like. What the fuck?
That's how he is, and I'm like, damn, Art. So I just started. We developed a language, and by language, I mean I just kept saying crazy shit to him, and he was like, I got you.
That's crazy. So prior to him, like who was there any other like artists from around here? I mean, like not artists, but like producers / engineers that was kind of like helping you mold your sound and craft prior to that?
It was Hamstank.
Okay, so
he was the one that was like working with me, and he that's my guy, man. I love him to pieces. We like a weird, unlikely pair of friends.
Right.
He's a dope dude, and he just lets me do, and he just gasses me up in the right ways. He thinks I could do anything, and so he makes me feel like I can do anything. So that was nice.
That's belief, yo.
It is, and so I like working with him, and working with Ark. It was more like I had a chip on my shoulder, and I had something to prove. So I felt like working with Ark was the right guy to like load it up real quick. Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So let's talk about Cleo has how many records on that?
15.
15. Right. So why Cleo? Was it always Cleo from the beginning? Like, did you have this motion picture like roll out in your mind at the beginning, or like, because like when I first heard the title of it, I was like, okay, where's she going with this? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't really, but then when I heard it, I was like, immediately.
Yep.
There you go. Right. So at what point did you figure that this is the direction that I'm gonna go with the album?
I ain't have nothing, man. I was ready to throw the whole project out.
Really?
I was like, man, because I feel like I outgrew it as I was making it, so I was ready to move on to something else.
Wow.
But I had to honor that where I was in that moment, and that I wanted to get that out.
If you didn't put that out, nigga, man, you would have been doing yourself a huge disservice.
Thank you, fam. Yeah, I was ready to throw it away because I like concepts. Like, I like to. It's not that it has to be like that, but I just like telling a story all the way through, or like for it to be a cohesive vibe all the way through. So when it wasn't coming together, and I was like, what am I trying to do? And I felt like I grew past it while I was working on it. I was ready to throw it away, and it wasn't until I literally was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna watch Hood Classics all day. And I turned on Set It Off, and I was like, and it helped me write the rest of the songs. Because I was like, this
is that when you and Brandy Blaze got together for Cleo and them?
Nigga, I already had the concept, right? I write the first verse, And I'm thinking I'm doing something. I thought I did something on that first verse. I was like, oh nigga, Lord, I'll be back. I was like, all right, cool.
What's
So I'm
the
like, yo,
procedure when you got a gun to your head? I was like, oh, nigga.
At this point, I tell everybody, Brandy let me feature on my song. Like, she let me get 2 verses on my song because
listen. Like, yo, listen. Don't do yourself like that. Okay.
no, I think my verses are hard, absolutely.
Right.
But that energy that Brandy brought made Brandy, the song.
Oh my God. And she brought the song, you know what I mean, just together. She just glued that shit, just like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was I think that and your joint you got with
Grimy Gert.
Yes, that and that's the joint with Grammy Gert. Probably my 2 favorite records on the album.
Yeah. I felt good about my features because I heard them before I asked the person to do it, and everything just like it just turned out how I wanted it to turn out. Like,
you know, and your skits were perfect. You know what I mean? Like your skits were perfect. Like people don't even do skits no more.
No, I know.
Like I think the only other person as of late that's been doing skits is Dave East.
Yeah.
And that's some real New York shit. So it's like, he has to. Like, almost. Like, I mean, with his subject matter, it's like, nigga, you got to do this shit.
Right,
you know what I mean? But, like, it was just a really well-polished, like, album. Like, for you to say it's your second project is just crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like when you hear that and it's like, this is OOMPA'S second project, what the fuck is she going to do next? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, so what was that rollout like? Because after that happened, a lot's been happening. I seen you on, what was it, NPR? I seen you on what was it, WGBH? Or like the fuck? Like you know what I mean? Like what was that like? Like what was the rollout like on that? Because you said
honestly, it was like this, man. I got the idea and then I got the resources.
Okay.
Through the grant. I had some money I was saving up from hitting all these shows. And I was like, I'm putting everything I got into this. So my head was down for 8 months. 8 months. Like my album, I think it was done the week before the listening. Or no, a couple days before the listening. I got the masters from ARC. And then I submitted them to DistroKid and all that. And then it was out like right on time. Like I was for 8 months. I put my head down and and honestly, it was 8 months. It felt like, but in real time, it was like whenever I got the funds. So it was like June or July is when I got the fund. Like, no, May. We got to work in May. Okay. At the end of May is when I got the funds, and he and I just went to work, and it was like every week we was doing 10-hour sessions. Shit like that, back to back 10-hour sessions, whatever. Like I'm thinking as I'm going, like, oh, I'm having to be an organizer because time is money, and I don't believe in going to the studio to be cute because that's money. I don't have money to be cute yet. So like,
now it's work.
Right now. So I'm bringing in people, like scheduling people ahead of time, and I'm like, I'm on my Virgo shit right now. Let's get it, like whatever. So like that shit was crazy, and I just got into it. I was like, you know what? I just have the people that who I get to support Black artists. Who are going to support the vision I got for it, and I just put myself into it. And I was like, whatever came out. Like if it was a skit, if it was a video, if it was a whatever, and I just $25,000 later,
wow,
I had everything I wanted done. Not even. A lot of shit was last minute. The skits came off of people's phone. I called Omar. Omar was the Dominican father. Omar was a son, and Omar was the nigga on the voicemail. And hella like it was last minute. Everything was just like, okay, and now we got to pull this all together. And I was just thinking, like, damn, if I had resources all the time and I gave myself enough time, I just can't imagine like how much prouder I could feel. But like I felt good at the end of it. I just put everything into it. August 10th came around. We sold out to St. Clair, like marketing and stuff like that. And that was dope. And then I realized then it also dawned on me that I wasn't paying attention to my mental health for 8 months. And I was like, damn, okay. So then after that, like from August till like maybe like last month, I was in something. Like I just had no rhythm. I couldn't do it. Yeah, I couldn't get above a 1. Like I just couldn't do it. And it was a lesson to me in being able to find a sustainable practice for myself to create and also take care of myself and take care of myself and not let the business dictate how I feel about, like how I take care of myself and whatnot. So
that's dope, man. So I see that I haven't been to one of your shows since I want to say I saw you perform at the what's that shit over there by Harvard? It was one of Jadi's events. Yeah.
Energy. Yeah.
Yeah, Energy, one of the Energy events. It wasn't the last one, it was the one before that. That was the last time I see you perform.
Oh, that was 2017 then.
I think it might have been. Yeah.
If it wasn't the one last year,
it wasn't the one last year. Yeah.
No. Last year I was.
It might have been 2018. Was it?
Something.
But either way, it wasn't the last event over there. It was the one prior.
Okay. Yeah.
And even then, I was just like, damn, like she got it. And I caught like the last end of your set, like
damn.
Like the last piece of it, because that's when I walked in and I was like, shit. I was like, damn, like this is what I missed because I was late, whatever. I had some shit to do. I get there and I was just like, God damn, like OOMPA'S really doing this shit, man. Like, and that's when I was like, yo, she got it. Because not only did I just see you in your element when you was on stage, I seen how everybody else was engaged. I was watching, and I was like, yo, damn, like, and after you left the stage, nobody else really had that energy. And don't get me wrong, everybody that was there did their thing, man. Like, I'm not taking nothing away from no, because Jadi, like, she puts a show together, like she knows who to, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But after you left the stage, I was like, nobody gave me that same. And I don't know if I'm being biased because I know you personally, but you know what I mean? But either way, it was just more like, yo, this shit was crazy. So you come out with Cleo and I hear that album and I'm like, wow. I also noticed that you that your DJs, DJ LC.
Yes, my guy.